guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about how to increase sales in your travel agency. Super hot topic, especially because we are in wave season, a wave season like no other. We are now post 2020, moving into 2021. Vaccines are on the horizon. All of the good things are happening. So it's going to be an amazing year in our industry. So today I'm going to share with you how to increase sales at your agency. I'm going to give you 3 multipliers to increase sales. I'm also going to show you how to give yourself a $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 raise in your own business by doing the same amount of work but making a few tweaks in your business, and also how to increase your bottom line in a huge way. So if that sounds like exactly what you need to make the best of this year, then keep on watching. By the way, if you haven't already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you get our ongoing content. We make videos every single week to teach you how to continue to grow your travel business, and we love sharing. Sharing is caring, so make sure you do that. So without further ado, let's get into this week's content. By the way, if you're new here, I want to just invite you to type the word new in the comments, because I would love to meet you and say hello. And by the way, if you're new here, you probably don't know me. I'm Cyndi Williams. I have been in the travel industry for over 25 years. I had my first $1 million sales year way back in the 90s when I was 19 years old. And I have my own travel agency that's award-winning, nationally recognized, and most importantly, and my favorite role is I am the CEO of Careers on Vacation, which teaches people just like you how to launch, grow, and supersize your travel businesses. So now we're friends, let's jump into the content and what we're discussing today. So we're talking about how to increase your sales in your travel agency. Now there's a couple of things that I am assuming going into this video. I am assuming that you know how to generate leads, that you know how to market, that you have leads coming in on a regular cadence, or you know how to do that for this part of the sales process. And by the way, if you're thinking about getting into the travel industry, or you're new or deciding if it's for you, head over to careersonvacation.com or go to careersonvacation.com/masterclass, and you can take my free masterclass to learn about how to get into the travel industry, how to set up a home-based business, and really the key things that you need to do to decide if the industry is even for you. But if you're an established travel agent and you are getting leads, you know how to get leads, this video is definitely targeted right at you. So I'm going to make an assumption in some of the math scenarios that I'm going to be sharing with you today. I'm going to assume you're a travel agent who averages maybe around a modest $40,000 a year, closing around 8 sales a month, right? You're booking 8 trips a vacation. So let me walk you through the first multiplier, okay? Improving your close rate. How can improving your close rate impact your bottom line? So what do I mean by close rate, if that's a new term for you? If you sell 10 clients and you sell 8, that's an 80% close rate. If you have 10 clients that ask for a request and you sell 3 of them, that's a 30% close rate, okay? So just to make the math simple. So your close rate is of all the leads that you get, all the proposals that you deliver, how many actually get to the finish line of giving you a credit card and booking with you. So if you don't know that number, you need to know that number. Pull all of your leads for last year and then pull all of your vacations booked. Now, I know 2020 was a bonkers year, so use the year before if you want to, that's fine. But on average, now that things are kind of returning to normal, we're all booking vacations again. If you maybe look at the last couple months, for every 10 people that you talk to, how many are you closing? That gives you a good idea of what your close rate is. So let me give you some math scenarios. Let's say you're an established agent, you're getting around 40 leads a month, a couple leads a day, a lead and a half a day, modest 40 leads a month. And let's say each of your vacations average 5,000. Of course, some of your vacations are going to be 10, some are going to be 2. So meeting in the middle, like 5,000, let's just say, is your average ticket sale. If you're making the minimum or base commission of 10% commission per trip, that's approximately $500 per sale, right? So if you're getting 40 leads a month and your average trip cost is $5,000, you're making your 10% commission and you're closing, let's say 20%. That means you're closing 8 sales a month. So you're closing 8 sales a month $500 each one, you're making around $4,000 a month or $48,000 a year. Nothing wrong with that, right? So how could getting better at sales help your bottom line? Let's say you bumped that close rate up, and instead of selling that 2 out of 10, we move it to 3.5. Can I do half a finger? 3.5 out of 10 instead. You do 35% close rate. So now you're doing 14 sales, right? That's gonna equal 14 sales times the same $500 commission is now $7,000 a month and $84,000 a year. Do you see how making that small improvement and investing in learning how to close better, learning how to sell better can be such a drastic impact? That's a $36,000 raise for getting better at your job, right? What corporation is just gonna give you a $36,000 bump for having that little of improvement from 20 to 35? So see, doesn't it feel empowering that you can do that in your own business? So that's multiplier 1, get better at the sales process. And by the way, we're doing sales videos all month long on the channel. So again, subscribe if you haven't already. Number 2 multiplier is improve your average sale, improve your average ticket cost. You guys, this doesn't cost you any more time or effort. It's just maximizing each sale. So I'm gonna give you a couple ways to do this. Think about where you can cross-sell and upsell. If you book someone's Disney vacations all the time, but you don't book any of their other vacations, where are you missing a gap there? Like, are they going other places? Are you offering? Are you cross-selling? Are you upselling? Think about also how you can better monetize your agency. So things like, you know, getting into group travel, things like charging fees, custom itineraries, or custom offerings. Those are ways that you can monetize. And by the way, that masterclass that I mentioned earlier, I think we have like 8 or 9 different monetizing tips on how to better monetize any agency in that masterclass. So definitely, again, check that out. Even if you're experienced, that will get you some more tips on monetizing. But think about where you can monetize better in your agency and cross-sell and upsell. So if you do a better job of getting the most out of every ticket sale, think about how, let's do some math on how that can improve. And guys, it all can also be things like, you know, adding insurance and, you know, adding tours and all of those things that can help move your bottom line up. So that will really help as well. So improving that ticket sale. So in the earlier scenario, we had moved our sales up from, what did we say? From like 8 a month to like 14, okay? So we're doing approximately 168 sales a year because we've improved our sales process. We use multiplier number 1. And you're earning $500 on every trip, which is what brought you to that 84K range, okay? So if you take the same work, the same vacations, the same 168 sales, and you do just a little bit more, if you can just get your ticket cost from $5,000 to $6,000 by cross-selling, upselling, booking some more vacations, so it brings your average up to a $600 commission across the board for everything booked. Now you take that $168 sales, and instead of making $500, you make just a little bit more commission on each trip, and now it's at $600. That's gonna add another almost $17,000 to your bottom line, and you're gonna be over the 6-figure mark at $100,800 just by getting your ticket cost up. So again, we're not necessarily booking even more vacations. You're adding things, you're offering, you know, better options, you're doing more group travel. Some of those things, that's what can bring those average ticket sales up. So same work, few adjustments, we just added 16. So I love that. All right, so let's talk about the third multiplier, which is generating more leads in your business. If you don't already have leads coming in like clockwork, it's really time to get serious about marketing. I'm gonna show you how this can transform and add even more money to your bottom line. And by the way, I would love to know where you guys feel overwhelmed the most when it comes to marketing. I know this is a huge topic to tackle, especially when you're launching a new business, you're learning to be a travel agent, which are like skills of their own. Tell me in the comments below what you'd love us to build more content on marketing wise. We really do read every single comment, and that helps us build stuff out for you in the future. So drop a little comment for us there. But what I want you to do in the meantime is take a hard look at your current state of affairs as it is today. Are you getting leads every day? Am I getting leads? When I pull up my computer every day, is it crickets, or do I have real leads coming in? Are you using multiple marketing avenues? You cannot put all of your eggs in one basket. And what I mean by it's a multifaceted marketing approach. Like, what are you doing over here? What are you doing on your SEO? What are you doing on Google? What are you doing on Facebook? What are you doing on all the things, right? So do you have multiple marketing avenues, and are they generating leads consistently for you? Am I spending money on marketing? Sometimes people will say, well, I'm not getting any leads. And I'll say, well, how much is your marketing budget? And they'll say, I don't spend any money on marketing. That might be why you don't have leads coming in, right? You can do some great things with free or low cost marketing that will generate you leads through optimization and different things like that. That's awesome. Those are things we teach in our Careers on Vacation Mastermind, because we love to stretch the dollar as much as possible. But at the end of the day, if you want to generate really consistent lead flows, you have to get good at marketing, and paid marketing should be a piece of the puzzle if you're looking to increase leads in your business. It's really important to think about having a marketing budget. The second thing though you want to ask yourself is, do I know what I'm doing when it comes to marketing? I don't want you guys to waste your money either. Trust me, I spent a decade testing. We spend over 6 figures every single year on marketing on a regular basis to test the new stuff, to test all the things, to make sure we are cutting edge on what's working best and what's converting best for the travel industry, so our clients that work with us don't have to spend those kinds of crazy dollars. They can just get the proven systems and the models to where they should be marketing when and what they should be doing across the board. So ask yourself, do I know what I'm doing with marketing, or what do I have to learn to bridge that gap to get myself there? And then, do I know how to assess and make results and make adjustments? One of the things people will say is, well, can I just pay like a person to do this for me? So yes and no. Like, you can pay a Facebook person, you can pay a Google person, you can pay a website person, but unless you know enough to check if they're getting results, that can be a dangerous road, because some people don't know our industry. Some people will say, hey, I have to test it for 3 months and I gotta lock you into this big payment plan, and this is my fee, plus you have to have a budget of $1,500 to $2,000 to start even working with my company. And that first 90 days is really like a testing period. So you have to be prepared to like toss money out the window. And this is for like each of those multifaceted areas. So it can get really expensive quickly. So, you know, in that scenario is like, you need to know enough. You have to have enough core knowledge to go, what should my conversion rate be? What kind of lead flow should I be getting for? What should my cost per lead be? What, you know, knowing some of those, what I call key performance indicators, are really important. And then yes, you can outsource it. I did my own marketing for years and years and years, got it into a rhythm. And when I brought my expert team on board, my people that do all of the things, I have a meeting with them every 2 weeks to go through where our stats, what our numbers look like. So I know enough to know if they're doing their job well, right? So that's really important, to make sure that your dollars are spent in a good way and that you can really assess and make adjustments. So what I want you to think about when it comes to marketing, and if this seems like, oh, Cyndi, this is overwhelming, I've never done marketing before. Listen, here's the concept I want you to walk away with today. Bad marketing equals bad leads and lost money. Okay, if your marketing's not good, it's not going to generate, it might generate leads, but they might not be high quality leads, or it might not generate any leads. And it can a lot of times end up in lost money if you don't know what you're doing. I can't tell you how many people will be like, why isn't boosting posts on Facebook working? Because boosting posts on Facebook doesn't work. You're boosting them out to an audience that makes no sense for your agency. So there's little things that like you might just not know. I always say when I work with new clients, who will say, well, why should I do this? Or why should I pick you to work with? Or why should I do the things? And I say, look, I want you to pick with someone that resonates with you, but it's the questions that you don't even know to ask that will get you in the most trouble, because trust me, I made all the mistakes, right? So that's what I want you guys to kind of think about. And look, you can do some great learning on your own. I'm not saying you have to work with us or our team, but one of the things you need to be prepared to do is really understand that there's a learning curve when it comes to marketing, and bad marketing equals lost money very, very quickly if you don't know what you're doing, how to optimize in those different areas. The other thing is DIY marketing is not effective, guys. If you're trying to like ask on feeds and going, who's doing what? Like, you don't know who that advice is coming from. Like, are they running 6-figure travel businesses? Are they having, like, what their measure of success might be that they got 2 or 3 leads from a marketing you know, campaign or whatever, my measure of success is hundreds of leads through a marketing campaign. So that's one of those things where be careful where you get your advice. There's some great books out there on marketing. You have to a lot of times convert it for our industry because there's not a lot that's specific to our industry. That's what I've spent the last 2 decades of my life figuring out, is how to take the best marketing techniques and convert it for the home-based agency. So, but think about that. Like, if you're DIYing a lot of stuff or just trying stuff or dipping your toe in here and dipping it there and not having a lot of results, you really need to get real proven systems in place. Good marketing, proven systems will equal more money. And also, you're not gonna waste a bunch of your marketing dollars. If you only have, like, I started with a $50 marketing budget, then it moved to $500, then it moves to, we're up to over between $5,000 and $10,000 a month that we spend on marketing now. I recognize those are huge budgets that people are not, you don't do that from the beginning. I started with $50 a month. So it's a progression. You can do it with wherever you're at today. You do need to get started. Your learning curve will be longer if you go the DIY route than if you know, get some good education or work with a great mentor, or kind of go down that process where you have better marketing in place from day one. Okay, so let me give you some more tips on your marketing plan. How do you build a real marketing plan? One, you want to determine your budget. How much do you have to spend? Maybe it's $50, or maybe you're going to do all of the free things first, right? So whatever it is, determine what that budget is. Whatever you can afford to spend in your business to start driving leads, you want to just identify that so you can start that process of having a budget, getting the marketing in there, and then we'll talk about tracking here in a second. And with marketing, there should be 2 things, right? So you should have, if you've never marketed before or never had your own home-based business, or even if you've had your own small business but you're new to the travel industry, I want you to have 2 budgets. I want you to have your actual ad budget, which is the money you're gonna spend on advertising, and then you need to factor in a learning budget, okay? So what's the dollars I want to spend towards learning proving systems, towards learning how to do things like Facebook ads, lead captures that convert, optimizing social media, SEO, sales funnel, Google ads. The list goes on and on and on. Losing money regularly, or is your marketing converting? That's what you want to assess when it comes down to it, right? So you want to have that learning budget, so and give yourself time and patience, because it does take time to learn marketing. But put 2 budgets together. What am I going to invest in myself this year to learn how to do a better job with marketing? And secondly, what's my actual dollars that I'm going to spend to put towards all of these great things you're going to learn? What am I going to spend on Facebook and Google or SEO or the different things that you have? And listen, there's a lot of free stuff that you can do too, so just keep that in mind. You can, even if your budget is smaller, loop it in with some of the free stuff that you can do, and then start from there. And as you build, you should always be investing marketing dollars back into your business. It's the lifeblood, okay? The second thing about marketing after your budget is to really have a good strategy and execution. You need to decide what you're gonna market and when. You're gonna need to decide, you're gonna need to build your plan and execute on it. So, you know, if you sell cruises in Alaska, there's a certain season for that. It's summertime, right? So when do you advertise for cruises in Alaska for this year and then for next year? When do you sell spring break? When do you sell next year's Christmas vacations, right? So think about what you're gonna sell when, based on the things that you specialize in, then build out your marketing plan and execute your plan. And then you're gonna monitor and adjust. So we talk about having strategy and execution. You want to monitor, and I like, when you put marketing in place, you really need to test it for about 60 to 90 days. People will try stuff for a week and go, that didn't work. Marketing doesn't happen that fast. It's a cumulative process. You have to have a whole campaign built around things and give it time to work. So you put it in place, you attach your budget, and then you monitor how many leads did I get from the time I launched the campaign, and then over the next 90 days, what leads came in. That's a better way to decide on the effectiveness from the marketing. So that monitoring it and adjusting it is so key. So many people just like throw spaghetti at the wall and then they sit back and go, did it work? Did it not? And they depend on their feelings at that point to see how they think stuff went, instead of looking at the actual data. The data is what tells you if it worked, what you should be doing more of, what you should be doing less of, how you need to tweak it, how you need to adjust it. Do not forget that step. It's so important. And if you're putting on this cap of being a business owner, it is part of your job and is also one of the best ways to save yourself money over the long term. So let's recap on all of the additional ways that we can multiply the income for yourself or your agency this year. So if you improve your close rate at the numbers we talked about, again, assuming that you're already an existing agent who's selling around 8 vacations at average prices, and you're improving your sales rate from that 20% to 35, that's gonna net you another approximately 36K. Increasing your average price per sale, that could bring you another 16K. How much do you think you could make if you increased your leads just by 25%? Just going from 168 leads to 210, that's not a big jump. I've run campaigns that bring in 1,000 leads, right? So, but if you just increase your total lead flow based on what you did last year or the year before by 25% annually, in this scenario, you'd move from 168 leads to 210 leads a year. Now you're selling at that same close rate we talked about, 17 a month, which is still, guys, not even 1 vacation a day. If you're working off of a 21-day workday, weekends off, right? It's not even a sale a day. That's going to increase another $25,000 to your bottom line. That's crazy, you guys. So like giving yourself a $77,000 raise, I mean, come on. What corporation just does that? So you see, the reason I put this in a math scenario for you guys is I wanted you to see how powerful investing in yourself, both time-wise, education-wise, marketing-wise, can really lead to big benefits in your travel business overall. So I hope that's helpful to show it in math. And I know I worked for corporate in the travel sector for a lot of years. Your raises are 5%, 6%, right? Like if I want to give myself a raise in my business now, I'm like, what's the new thing I'm going to do? Or how do I want to repackage? Or how do I run a campaign? Or what marketing do I want to do? I can pull levers in my business because I'm really good at marketing. I'm really good at sales. And I can just do something that brings in another, you know, $20,000 or $30,000 into our agency. That's so powerful to have that like freedom over your life and schedule. So the reason I'm sharing this with you is not to like brag about it, but I want you to know what's possible. Like I am a mom, like so many of you moms and dads out there. I have 3 busy kids. My husband and I used to own different businesses and have different careers. We now work full-time in our travel business from our home in Austin or while we travel to, right, all over the place. But we're busy parents and we just spent the time, we believed in ourselves, we invested in working with the mentors we needed to work with and the things that we needed to do to really get it dialed in where it's really charging on all cylinders. That is possible for anyone, but you have to do one thing, and that's treat your business like a business, not a hobby. Right? So I want to encourage you with this, that these are things that are possible. Even if you just do one of those things this year and really double down on it, watch the transformation that happens in your business. So to recap, 3 things to 2, 3, or 5 extra income this year. Get better at closing. Get better at sales. Improve your marketing to increase your leads. Get more leads coming in your business. You have more leads, you automatically are going to close more and you're automatically going to have better sales. And get real marketing in place and improve your ticket sales. Those are the things that you need to do that can make massive difference in your business this year. So guys, if this is resonating for you and you're like, Cyndi, I don't want to waste time or money and energy in figuring all this stuff out. I want the roadmap. I want those proven systems you're talking about. I want to work with your team. That is our Careers on Vacation Mastermind. So if you're looking for a little bit more and what I'm saying today really resonates with you, I'd love to invite you to work with us at Careers on Vacation. You can go to careersonvacation.com/ready now and apply for Careers on Vacation. That's the mastermind that you guys have heard about. It's ASTA affiliated. You get access to my team of experts. You get to work with me live, not just on video. You get self-paced curriculum, hands-on support, and this is the program that has over 100 case studies right here on YouTube. So go find out how we've helped so many agencies and agents just like you, and we love to invite you to that program and to apply for our session that's happening. They're closing out pretty fast because new year, new you. A lot of people are moving forward and so excited about moving into 2021. And guys, no matter where you are in the world or in your journey, I wish you so much love, so much abundance. I wish you the world. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. I'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys. Hey guys, Cyndi Williams here. If you like that last video, make sure you check out my other content to help you grow and scale your very own travel business. And also, I invite you to travel around the world with me and find out what I'm doing in my portable, profitable, award-winning travel business. Check out the videos.